Hey guys, what is up? It's Jack here again with another video, and in this video I want to talk to you and explain what are bridging loans, what is a bridging loan, how does it work, and should you use one. So I'm just out for a little stroll at the minute. As you can see, it's quite a nice view, but I've been getting a lot of people asking me about bridging loans, how they work, what they are, what they mean, and how to get one. So in this video I thought I'd just quickly explain exactly that and go into a bit of detail about bridging loans. If I miss anything, or if there's anything that isn't answered, or if you've got any further questions about them, please drop them in the comments below, and I would love to have a chat down there with you guys and answer any unanswered questions in there. Just as a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a broker, I'm not kind of officially qualified to advise you on these things. So what I would always suggest is speak to a mortgage broker, speak to a financial advisor, somebody else, if you are looking to go forward with this, because they will be able to analyze your personal situation, your financial situation, and give you the best advice for you in your situation. But having said that, I can give you some information about it, and that's what I'm planning on doing right now. So to start with, what is a bridging loan? A bridging loan is a short-term type of finance, short-term, high interest. And so you picture it like it literally is a bridge. It is basically a vehicle to get you from purchasing the property to finding a longer term solution, whether that be to get a mortgage on the property, whether that's to sell the property, whatever it is, but it basically bridges you from the purchase through to the long-term solution. That is in essence what a bridging loan is. Second question is, how do you get a bridging loan? So what I'd recommend is speaking to a mortgage broker, asking around some brokers near you and just saying, hey, do you work with bridging lenders? And if so, have a conversation with them, have a chat with them, see if they can help you in any way. But that's what I would do. I'd just quickly Google brokers near me, mortgage brokers near me, call them up and just say, hey, I'm looking at buying a house and I'm interested. Do you work with bridging lenders? A lot of them do, or will have someone in their company that do. But just double check before you kind of move forward with the company. Now, how do they work? And what are the fees involved? This seems to be the thing that people really want to know. So firstly, how do they work? Usually, like I said, it's a short-term source of finance. So it's a short-term solution. So it's usually around 1 to 18 months that you would have a bridging loan for. Because it's short-term, you pay your interest monthly. That interest rate is usually roughly between 0.5 and 1.5% per month. So it is high interest. Quite often as well, you will have to pay a setup fee, and also in some cases an exit fee. These are around 1-2%, usually around the 2% mark. Let's say you borrowed £100,000 and you paid a 1% interest per month, and you also paid 2% on the entrance and the exit. That would mean that you end up paying £2,000 plus £6,000. You'd end up paying £10,000 just on interest. That's what it could be anyway. That's an example. So yeah, it's high interest. It's a high interest product. Now the LTV, the maximum loan to value that you'll be able to get, is typically around 75%. That's best case scenario, usually. I don't know anyone who's got higher LTV to that. So if you bought a house for £200,000, you'd only be able to get a max of £150,000 lent against it. Some bridging companies will actually lend you, if you're flipping a house or if you're refurbing a house, they will actually lend you the full refurb costs. Or if you're developing property, then you can sometimes get a lot of the development finance funded, but it's case by case basis. So you can't guarantee that is going to happen, and that is the case. Again, just speak to your broker about that. Now, there's 3 ways to actually pay your interest and pay your bridging loan. Either you can pay firstly just on a monthly basis and you pay your interest each month. Secondly, this is quite common, you will pay your interest rolled up, which is really cool actually, which basically means that your interest will be rolled up and you pay it all at the very end. So if you pay 1% a month for 6 months, it's at the end of the agreement that you would pay all your interest. You pay the loan plus interest back. So this is really helpful if you don't have the best cash flow. So rather than forking out, you know, £1,000-2,000 every single month, you actually wait until the refinance or the sale of the property. And so assuming that your deal stacks, assuming you got your numbers right, you will be able to pay back with the money that is either given to you from the mortgage company or from the money that you get from selling the property. So it doesn't have to come out of your bank every single month. The third way of paying the interest is retained interest, where the total interest is deducted from the advance at the start. Guys, if you find this information helpful, make sure that you click the subscribe button. It'd be great to have you part of the family. I'm getting about 80% of my viewers not actually subscribed to my YouTube channel, so make sure that you click the subscribe button, click the bell notification so you don't miss any uploads for future information and content just like this. So if it's interesting or if you're finding it helpful, click subscribe. Now it's getting dark, so I'm probably going to head back and get my dinner soon. But just finally, the final thing that I want to touch on is, should you get a bridging loan? Okay, now I would say if you don't have the cash to buy your deals up front and you don't have investors to work with, then yes, definitely look into bridging loans. I mean, whether you have the cash to buy it up front or not, still look into it. Ask the questions, see what's available to you, just because it's worth knowing this stuff. But I would, personally, I'm looking at buying cash because the interest is very, very high. Or working with investors, just because I'd prefer to do that. That's just my personal preference. Now, should you get a bridging loan? I would say yes, if you are very confident in your numbers, if you've had the training, if you had the right education to be able to find the right deals and to be able to manage refurbs on time so that they're done quickly. I mean, I hear horror stories from loads of people who have got bridging loans and they are unable to refinance, are unable to sell a property, and they are stuck with paying like 1% interest every single month, and it's just like a noose around their neck. So because of the such high interest rates, you've got to make sure that you know your deal, you know your numbers, and that it fully stacks, and that you are able to complete and do the deal that you're trying to do. Now, the good thing about bridging loans is the lenders, because they basically, what they will do is they'll put a charge against the property. So if you default, if you can't pay them, they will just take the property off of you, which is why you will at max be able to get a 75% loan to value, because it's such high interest rates that if someone defaults, they just want to be able to take the property and sell it off cheap to get their money back. But what that means is that the bridging company will actually kind of do a bit of due diligence for you and check the numbers to see if it stacks, which is kind of cool. They will actually check to see, okay, yeah, if they bought this and they spent this, I can see how it could achieve this at the end. However, do not base your deals off of that. You cannot base your deals off of that. You've got to know your numbers, you've got to know your market, you need to know the area, you need to know what you can get for it, you need to know what you're going to have to spend on it in order to reach a certain value. You've got to know that information, guys. You are responsible, and it's you who will get it in the neck, and you'll be in a real sticky situation if you get it wrong. Hey guys, I just jumped in the car and forgot to mention, it's kind of along the lines of what I was talking about, but I just wanted to emphasize it because I didn't want to miss the point, that actually your exit strategy is so important. When you're looking at a deal, okay, this is whether you're using a bridging loan or not, but especially if you're using a bridging loan, you've got to make sure that your exit is absolutely bang on, okay? What I mean by exit is when you buy a house, okay, let's say that you are looking to buy it, do it up and sell it on, okay? So your exit strategy is to sell, okay? What happens if it doesn't sell? If it doesn't sell, you're a bit stuck. So you've got to have multiple exit strategies in mind before getting into a deal. If it doesn't stack for at least 2 or 3 ways of exiting the deal, then I wouldn't do it. Like for me personally, if I'm not happy with, if I'm doing a flip, right, and I can't sell it, if I'm not happy with refinancing it, then I won't do the deal, okay? Because your exit is absolutely key, and you cannot bet on just one exit working every single time. So make sure that your exit strategy is bang on. When you buy a deal, work your way backwards. Start with the end in mind. Think about, okay, where's this going to go? How can I exit in multiple ways, just to cover your back, just to make sure that you're absolutely safe. If it looks like you can't sell and you refinance but can still pay the bridging loan back, amazing, then that's good, that's great. Yeah, essentially that was the point. That was what I wanted to say. It's along the lines of what I was talking about, but just make sure that your exit strategy is 1, more than just one exit, you've got a couple of exits in there, and 2, make sure that it's bang on. Having said that, it's a bit doom and gloom, but having said that, bridging loans are such a great tool for investing in property and doing a lot of projects at any one time. They are a great vehicle. They're like a tool in your toolbox that you can use every now and then if it's going to help you and benefit you to advance in your property flipping, property investment, buy, refurb, refinance, developments, whatever strategy you're doing. It will be able to help you advance in those areas. So, like I said, speak to a professional if you're unsure, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I'd love to chat further. If I've missed anything, I do apologise, but from my understanding, from my knowledge of bridging loans, that's what I know. I hope the video's been really helpful. Make sure that you click the subscribe button, drop any questions in the comments, like the video, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.